Force Revolution.
Hello and welcome back to Inconvenient Vedic Truths. This one's not so inconvenient, this one's more straightforward. I'm going to talk about avatars, specifically the current yuga avatar. So the word avatar in Sanskrit means crossing down. So these avatars are spiritual personalities, parts and parcels of God or God himself, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, crossing down to where we are currently in the external material energy. So they actually come periodically. The yuga, where I mentioned the yuga avatar, each age is called a yuga. So the current age we're in now, Kali Yuga, is said to be like the Iron Age, or the sort of the Dark Age, or you could say the winter perhaps of the cycle of the universe. So everything's sort of going down, and like everything's decreasing, memory's decreasing, intelligence, lifespan, everything is going gradually down. But what's happened is the yuga avatar is called Caitanya, Sri Caitanya, or Sri Gauranga. Now Gauranga means the golden avatar, but Caitanya is the one who is the source of all consciousness. So this is actually Radha Krishna themselves coming down, Krishna himself coming down in the mood of Radha. That's why the golden form, because Radharani, or the Supreme Goddess, is also called Gaurangi, one with a golden complexion. So Gauranga or Chaitanya came, I think 1486 in India, in Bengal, and he spread the Yuga Dharma, which is the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. He spread that all over India, travelling around either by himself or in groups. So the current Kirtan or Sankirtan movement is started by him and carried on in the West when Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, he came 1965 from India, from Calcutta to New York. And then he started this by chanting in the park with the hippies, and then gradually that sort of took off, had his first centre, and then it started in San Francisco, and then in London, and etc. etc. It went all around the world. This was predicted by Chaitanya. Prithvichi Achiyada Nagaradigram Savatra Prachara Haibe Monam. Every town and village in the world, my name will be heard. So that's literally come to pass already. You know, this kirtan chanting has gone pretty much, you know, every corner of the world already, and it continues to spread. Obviously not everybody's heard of it, but it's still in its dawning days. You know, there's been about 50 years really of since that began in the 60s, and it continues to grow. So it takes some time, like planting a tree, it takes some time to grow, but it is growing more and more. And this is what's going to turn around the Kali Yuga back to a Satya Yuga, which means that the first age, the golden age, or Satya is the age of truth and no vice. Like at the moment, Kali Yuga is full of vice. You know, there's so much full of intoxication, meat eating, and illicit sex. So all these things, they're causing karma, they're causing reaction, and they're also causing the degeneration of everyone's consciousness, sort of down to like an animal consciousness. If you've got an animal life, you can't expect cats and dogs, or, you know, beasts to be peaceful and happy and cooperate. They're always going to be fighting. So if you've got animal society, they were always going to have people fighting. There's nothing you can really do to adjust it. If people are in an animal consciousness, in a bodily consciousness, they're going to be fighting. You know, the white man's fighting the black, or, you know, the man is fighting the woman, or whatever it is. The difference is because we identify with the body. So the first teaching of the Vedas, of the Gita, the Bhagavatam, is that we're not the body, we're the spiritual soul within the body. We are that part of that consciousness, that Chaitanya. So Lord Chaitanya came to basically uplift that consciousness by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Lots of different mantras, but this is the Maha Mantra, or the greatest mantra. Mantra means that which delivers or frees the mind. So the greatest mantra, the most powerful one arguably, is this one that he's given. And this is not just his opinion, this is also stated in the Shastra, in the Vedas, that simply by chanting that mantra and hearing that mantra, because it puts you directly in touch with the Supreme Absolute Truth, the source of all bliss and knowledge. And when you associate with that, then you also become full of bliss and full of knowledge. So just like we become whatever we associate with, if you hang around with drunk people, you end up drinking and getting drunk. So, you know, we have to choose our association. If we associate with spiritual people, we tend to become more spiritual. So association is the key. So Chaitanya came to spread this movement, and then so we try and create societies of people who come together and practice these things together. Of course, you can practice it on your own if there's no one else doing it. Well, you can still practice it by yourself, but like a lot of bundle of sticks together is much stronger than one stick's very easily broken. So this actually, the process is congregational chanting, really, Sankirtan. So sang or sangha, you know, coming together, and the kirtan, the glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So behind me here is a temple. This is not a temple of Bhagavan. This is a temple of Ganesha, the Devatas. So they also have the place, but that's not the process. That actually the process is not to worship the Devatas. The Devatas can give you material benefit, or they can also remove obstacles on the path. The path is to try and go back to Godhead. But if you just want material things, then yeah, you'll be stuck in this world, you know, just enjoying material things with a very temporary, limited benefit. But the real temple, which can be a temple of the heart also, is that where the Supreme is worshipped, Radha and Krishna. So yeah, you can make your mind a temple or your body a temple by chanting the Maha Mantra wherever you are. Actually, Krishna says, I'm not in the heart of the yogi, I'm not in the temple, I'm not in the deity. He says, I'm wherever my devotee is chanting my name, my glories. So that is Sankirtan, actually. Anywhere you go, then, you know, God or Krishna is most present actually there where the name, the holy name, is being chanted. And so that is the Yuga Dharma, or the process for today. Instead, it's actually the only process. You simply won't attain perfection by doing any other kind of, just trying to do yoga or silent meditation, controlling the breath. All these things can be beneficial, but they're not going to get you the goal, because the Yuga Dharma is given as the goal, as the process towards the goal. So if we're trying to manufacture our own way, then it's not going to work. But if we simply follow what's been prescribed, then yes, it's extremely effective. Immediately you transcend the mode of mature nature and you come to the level of Brahman, you come to spiritual platform immediately. You don't have to wait till after this body, you become like that. This whole world becomes like spiritualized. It's like an iron, you put it in fire, it becomes like fire. So yeah, so by chanting we actually become spiritualized all the senses. Begin with the tongue, begin with the chanting, and then also you can taste prasadam, or food is offered to Krishna. So this is the process. It's a simple process. It's not easy to stick to the process necessarily, because there's so many distractions, endless distractions in this world. That's the world of Maya, the world of distraction. You can get endlessly distracted and stay life after life in all sorts of different distractions in different species. But if we want to get out of that, then yeah, the process is quite simple. We just try not to get distracted, stick to the path as much as we can. And yeah, and gradually we will progress towards the supreme destination, just simply by chanting the Maha Mantra. So yeah, today's an auspicious day, Gaura Purnima. Lord Chaitanya appeared on this day according to the lunar calendar. So generally we fast on this day and increase the spiritual activities. And yeah, if you learn about Lord Chaitanya, what he's given, the simple process that he's given, because he is said to be Nama Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurajasre Namaha. He says to be the most munificent incarnation, the most merciful, because he's come to give love of God freely, just distribute it freely. All you got to do is you join the party. It is a party, the Sankirtan party. It's a party of chanting, dancing, and feasting on prasadam. So yeah, it's made a lot easy because we just don't have the ability in this age to focus much on spiritual things. We're working so hard all the time, and yeah, and then in our leisure time we're just so distracted by things which just end up dragging us down. So yeah, the process is made easy in this age because we're not so able. In previous ages people could meditate or do all sorts of things. So yeah, we just simply have to chant. We can attain all perfection. In Kali Yuga it says Kali Dosha Nidai Rajan. It's an ocean of faults, but there's one good quality. Kirtana Eva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Parambajet. Just simply by chanting the Maha Mantra you can get free and go to the highest destination. So yeah, there's an ocean of faults around us, but we don't focus on that. We can completely transcend that, tolerate whatever's going on, and focus on chanting, and we will attain in time all perfection. Thank you. Gauranga.